Hello everybody, this is Dr. Copeland, and I'm going to be talking today just about, I haven't started cooking yet. I'm going to start cooking next week, but this has been a bad week for me. Anybody that has any children that has allergies, contact me and let me know, because my granddaughter has allergies and we've been running her back and forth to the doctors, and then it's just been kind of crazy. But I just wanted to give you an update on the stroke group. We're finally meeting. We're going to meet this will be our first Wednesday, and we're going to have some speakers there. And actually, my lawyer's going to come in a couple of weeks, and he's going to talk to this people who've had stroke about legal issues and all of that. So it's coming together quite nicely. And it's because of you, too, that it's coming together. And I'm so happy that, you know, I'm getting cooperation and help. It's kind of hard when, I guess, I'll start from the beginning. I don't know whether I had done it before or not, but, you know, I had, you know, a bout with pneumonia. I've never had pneumonia before either. And I took some over-the-counter medication, and I went to bed that Thursday night. Friday night, I woke up with this stroke. And I have a lot of friends who I am friends with on the stroke, you know, that have had strokes, and they're on Facebook. And one of the things that they were telling me, and I keep saying this so that people will hear it, is that we don't get enough, and for lack of a better word, attention. You know what I mean? Nobody really, I don't think it's that they don't care, it's that they just don't know how bad this is. And every day people are dying from this, or people are crippled from this and can no longer, you know, work, things like that. And we need your help. We need you to speak up, okay, and to go out to the masses of people. Everybody knows somebody, and say, you know, what is, first of all, look it up. What is a stroke? How does it take place? Okay, what happens if a person has a stroke? Okay, what do we do? Because like I said before, this just doesn't affect the older people. It affects babies, newborn babies, pregnant mothers. It affects anybody. Okay, and we have to, you know, try to at least communicate with one another about this, about eating, about drinking, about all those things that could promote a stroke. A stroke is not something to play with, because your mind can get scrambled. There are people who have strokes that actually, it's like they're trapped in their body and they can't get it out, but they can think it, but they can't get it out. The words get all scrambled and everything. I know for a couple of days my words were scrambled. Hearing and seeing was kind of blurred, and watching television and things to me was just like a pain. It was like, oh my goodness, turn it off, I don't want to see it, you know, or whatever. So we've got to initially get it out there. Now, how do we do that? By telling somebody, writing to your mayor or your governor or a city council member or somebody, and telling them, you know, that we want to know more about stroke. We want to see more of it, you know, done on commercial time. We want, you know, to be able to know what to do if you have a stroke. You know, thank God my husband was home. Excuse me. Comes with a stroke, having a dry throat. But thank God I can talk. We want to be able to know, because I didn't know I was having a stroke. I just thought I was tired. So I went back and laid down. And if my husband hadn't come into the room, because usually I'm gone by 7 o'clock, you know, he never would have known. He never would have been able to say to me, you're having a stroke. So let's go to the hospital. So I got there within that time to get the shot. But I think we are our brother's keepers. You may not want to think that way, but you are your brother's keepers. The Bible says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And there's not enough of that, I think, going around for stroke victims. I think that they think we're retarded, or people are very judgmental about us because of the way that we act, or the way that we now might walk or something like that. And I saw a man yesterday. I was coming out of the store and he was coming in, and you could tell he had a stroke because his right side, was his hand was drawn in and everything like that. So one would think, well, he looks handicapped. You know, he looks maybe emotionally challenged, but it was more from the stroke. I could tell the way he walked and everything. And, like I said, there's not a lot of groups in Delaware. There's not a lot of groups, like I said, in a lot of places. And the feeling is that I guess we don't need it. I guess that's the way it looks. But we do need it. One of the other things that I found out is one of the groups meets at night, and a lot of the stroke victims can't drive. So they have to have somebody drive them. And the caretakers, for a fact, I know the caretakers are like exhausted, especially for those who cannot really do a lot of things for themselves. Once it takes you down to where you can't walk and you're on levels and things like that, then that's where the caretaker comes in to take care of you. And that's not always fun. You know what I mean? It's not fun for the victim, and it's not fun for the caretaker. So I'm embarking on a new mission. And that is to not only just be one of the many spokespeople, but to get this in gear so that we can have commercials, we can have airtime. I even am thinking about having a stroke show where people come on and they talk about, excuse me, I don't know why I'm itchy, when they talk about their stroke and how they recovered and what they did, so that we can give other people encouragement. Likened to lots of different shows. I don't know whether AARP or whatever, but I'm telling you, I'm working on it. So, with that set in mind, I really, really want this to get out there. I really want to hear from you, okay? When I start the cooking, I want to hear from you. I want to be able to share things with you, and you share things with me, because I don't know everything. And I certainly don't know everything about this stroke that I had. But I know one thing, the ignorance and the lack of feelings that some people, not all, have for us is going to stop. They're going to know that we had a stroke, that we're still human beings, and they're going to treat us like that. I was looking at one of the clips on here on YouTube about the news reporter that had the stroke, and down in the bottom where people put in their index, they were like laughing at her. It's not a laughing matter. The girl had a stroke on television in front of millions of people. And I thought how careless that was, because actually, that could happen to anybody at any time. It sneaks up on you, just like a predator trying to rob you. It's nothing to laugh at. It's nothing to joke about. And I feel like, people really don't get it. They really don't get it. So with that set in mind, we're going to really, I'm going to really do something about this. Me and other people in the stroke group. Okay, we're going to have our first meeting. I'm going to take it and tape it. I'm actually going to learn how to do the television thing, and create something that will initiate I don't know, the whole television camera thing and stuff like that. I'm going to do that. but I'm going to make you aware. Not you who had the stroke, you're already aware, but other people aware that we're out here and that we need help and that we need your kindness and your loving and moral support, and we need to try to figure this thing out together. So, with that being said, I'm going to end it, and I just hope that you will listen to it, tell your friends to listen to it, and tell them be on the lookout, because we're coming. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.